This is AI.R. Artists in Residence Broadcasting, coming to you once a week from New York City. Hello, I'm John Cullum, and this is Emily Frankel.
Your wife.
My wife, Emily Frankel. And she's written a blog called Humanure, Toilet Talk. And we're going to have a little toilet talk about Humanure.
As your wife, I wrote about something that concerns us both, since you're my favorite actor and you moonlight as our plumber, electrician, carpenter, general handyman between rehearsals and performances. And you slaved over our vintage toilets.
Yes, well, I've been slaving over them for years. We've got 3 that I've been fixing and refixing for I don't know how long.
Till the leak in our green bathroom, my green bathroom, became major, and you turned off the water main, took apart the toilet, and then you saw a large washer in the base was cracked and leaking.
That's right, Emily, and I have a confession that we're going to broadcast right now. That washer wasn't cracked until I tried to take it loose, and I cracked it.
You're a good plumber anyway, don't feel bad.
Okay, all right. But anyway, when I took the pieces and the parts to our local hardware, and the owner said, where'd you get this toilet? In India?
Well, it wasn't funny. I've been reading. It was funny, but it is funny.
It's funny and it's not
But
funny.
I was reading White Tiger, this darkly comic novel about a boy who grew up in rural India, where there's no electricity and no indoor toilets. And just holes in the ground, the same that existed that we saw in Slumdog Millionaire.
Yeah, you know, I knew that our toilets could spring leaks and become unfixable. And these 3 vintage toilets that we've had
Use about 7 gallons every time you flush them.
That's right. And aside from the sky-high water bills, we've been wasting water for a long, long time.
The warnings from New York City about not wasting water are dire. Anyway, with the help of our hardware store guy and our super and a new modern ultra-low flow toilet, we got it installed, and now it's whoosh.
No, they're wonderful. They're just really great.
We right away replaced the other 2.
Yeah, it's great progress, and in a hurry, too. I mean, changed our lives overnight. But then you happened upon a website.
Yeah, Guardian.com UK.
Yeah, these Guardian environmental guys, they have this big deal about composting human manure. This brilliant guy, this eco
blogger,
who felt that as if a light bulb had suddenly gone on when he thought about these.
Humanure thrilled him,
Mm-hmm.
and he proceeded to replace his own porcelain toilet with a bucket.
What else? A bucket. Yeah.
I found pictures, put them in my blog. It looks
Kind of crude.
Well, I think it looks sort of antique and interesting.
Yeah. Well, you saw a book review on Amazon for the Humanure Handbook
By Joseph Jenkins. Jenkins says and proves, and he is definitely touting, that we stop wasting water, replace toilets with buckets, and use sawdust to eliminate odor.
Well, I hope that does eliminate the odor, but I mean, he lives in the country, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And how's that going to work in New York City?
Well, we both worried about how that was going to work in New York City. I mean, if we had a garden, we don't have it anymore. The garden created bugs, and then we had a leak in the roof.
If the garden created bugs, what do you think the bucket's going to do?
Well, some New York buildings, that's an awful idea. Some New York buildings in the best high-rent neighborhoods where upper-class people live have wonderful gardens on their roofs.
Sure, and they can afford to put tons of dirt on them too. But and then you read about an article that.
Oh yes, in Austin, Texas,
Yeah.
a non-profit group called the Rhizome Collective succeeded this year in getting Austin, Texas, as the city, to approve that this can be the first legal composting toilet in the United States.
Yeah, and then there's another ecologist from Chicago that you read. You read that article 2 or 3 times.
Oh, yeah. The ecologist in Chicago got her neighbors to stop using their toilets and start saving their poop. More than half of them, let me finish, 22 of the 35 households accepted her proposal and have been using buckets for 3 months. Read that part of the blog. Go ahead, read it.
That woman sure had a good spiel to be able to talk those people into. In 3 months, the ecologist picked up 1,500 gallons.
That's 5,700 pounds
of excrement, which she'll give back to the participants this spring to use in their gardens after she and Mother Nature have transformed it into rich bags
fertilizer. In Marin County, a portable odorless outhouse project, also known as McPoop, has convinced MCPOOP has convinced the county to put Humanure toilets in the county parks and town squares.
You know, that's great, Glad, to start dealing with what are they going to do about the toilet paper?
Yes.
I mean,
yes, it's a problem. Yes,
it's a big problem. I mean, what you drop the toilet paper right into the bucket there, or does it affect the efficacy of them?
The viability of the compost is supposedly not affected. Anyway, I was reading those ads about reusable toilet paper, also known as wipes. Read.
Okay, here's the sales pitch.
Read it like you were applying for the job and selling the product with love. Go ahead. That's a direction.
Okay. My wife is always directing me. She's a good director.
Here's the sales.
Here's the sales pitch. They're comfy and definitely green, environmentally friendly. You can use them wet.
Keep going.
And they won't fall apart. That sounds like Bounty.
Just go ahead.
It's a lot more comfortable and soft on your butt. Your
most delicate body parts. It's also more economical.
Yeah.
It uses less paper, and we deliver. Saves you carrying bulky packages home from the store.
Well, I'm not trying to be prejudiced about this a little bit. Why did they think it's more comfortable?
Well, John, I read the instructions on how to use and reuse green wipes. I put it on the blog.
Right.
Just read it.
The manufacturer says, shake, scrape, swish, or squirt off anything you don't want in your laundry, and then toss the wipe into the pail or container.
And the second point they make, store used wipes in a wet bag, store them. In a diaper pail. Manufacturer includes a paragraph about where you should hang the diaper pail or the bag. And then you wash the wipes separately from other laundry in hot water.
You reuse the wipes?
With bleach. And fabric softener and dry in the dryer.
I don't want to use that dryer for my underwear anymore.
Well. Maybe this post, maybe this idea is not a subject we should be discussing on my blog or in a video cast.
No. I mean, it's in the news, so everybody's wondering about what you're going to do with all this stuff.
John, I'm glad we have 3 new toilets, but graduating to a bucket, sawdust, and green wipes.
If and when the time comes, I'll vote for it. I'll join in.
We'll join in.
Yes.
But I have to utter a very quiet ick and confess I'm glad we're not there yet.
Me too. Ick.
Me too. 9:55.
How'd that take off? Because we were futzing around in the beginning. Remember?
We had about 10 seconds of futz in the beginning.
No, I think we had more than that. I couldn't really start.
This is AI.R. See you next week.